Dane, what's up, man? How you doing?
Great, man. I'm whew, enjoying the night. I mean,
It's
one
been a good
more,
night,
it's
huh?
probably going to be yeah, oh yeah. I mean, when you think things can't get any better, we got another interview tonight, which promises to be a great one.
Dude, it's gonna be the nightcap is special, man. Before I get into that, which
Yeah.
I have nothing but amazing things to get into. I've got a few more facts for you. This will fit the
Oh,
theme once you know why. But I have some facts about ants, the actual ant itself. Okay.
all
Now, did
right.
you know the ant population is estimated to be 20 quadrillion ants across the world? It's more than two,
Man,
right? It's a
a
lot.
couple. I
In
hate to be the one to
perspective,
count all those.
it is 100 times the population of Earth or something crazy like that. It's insane. They literally are, if you didn't know this, super strength. Like they can literally lift like the whole. You see the ant picking up the chip on its back and all those kind of things. That's
Hmm.
a real thing. That's not just like
Oh
doctored
yeah.
in. They're very big on farming. They're very big farmers. They also communicate without
Hmm.
talking, just like my kids do, I guess, communicate without talking to me. They
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
you know, and they also lended their name to one of the best guitarists in the game right now, Dane,
There you go.
Ant Jones himself, man. So without wasting any time, I want to get into this one with my good friend Ant Jones. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how's everybody going? Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Thank
It's
you for
good.
coming on.
It's good to have you on it in this format. We've known each other for a
Yeah.
long time, man, and I'm excited to see your success. I love what you're doing with the band. Tell Josh and the guys I said hi, man. But I'm excited to showcase you in a different way, you know. So
Yeah.
um, this one's all about you tonight, man. Again, congrats on what's going on with the band. Just many, many blessings, and I'm glad to see the success. But I've got some musician questions for you over the years that the audience has cultivated. So I'm going to take the first one. Before what you've been doing, man, with Sevvven and the many side projects and the great producer that you're known as, you've done it all at this point. Take me back in the day, man. When did you first pick up a guitar in your life and start playing? How old were you?
Man, when I was 12 years old, my mother and dad got me an acoustic guitar. It was a Yamaha acoustic guitar, and we had this. They had this really old school 8-track stereo system, right? So it came with two big old 10-inch speakers, and I had it sitting on top of this big old bookshelf. And I had it came with a microphone that you got from Radio Shack
Yeah.
that you plugged into the stereo itself, and you can hear yourself out of it. So what I would do is I would first learn how to pick up guitar was I would take that microphone and shove it into the hole of the acoustic guitar, and then I would max out the speakers to where they completely distorted, and that was distortion. And I fell in love with it. And then then I found and drop D tuning. I taught myself how to play guitar. My mom and dad bought me a book on how to play guitar, all the guitar chords, everything, so on and so forth. And then my birthday at 14, I got my first electric guitar and a little small mini Marshall amp that you come with and you
Yeah.
put on your belt, a little small baby solid state amp. And
I
I would
love
hook
it.
that on my belt and just jam it. My first guitar was a Gibson Epiphone.
Ooh, nice. I
Wow.
was gonna say, man, which because I always tell the story. My first real guitar was a Roadstar, and I was wondering what your first real one was. That's awesome,
Yeah,
man. The Epiphone
Wow.
itself, that's slick, man. But quite an upgrade from the Yamaha to the Epiphone, right? You know what
yeah.
I'm
I mean,
saying?
it was like why does actually have distortion?
So now that you've got a foothold on this music industry, and you're going along with your band, whenever you started, from the time you started to now, are there a couple of maybe favorite gigs or favorite memories you had or events that you've played that you can kind of share with us through the
Yeah,
years?
definitely. As our first, so the way that it give you some history behind Seven is that Josh and I, not this Josh, but
Yeah,
my
yeah,
Josh, my singer
yeah.
Josh, he and I met on BandLab. And so BandLab is an online music platform where people go, vocalists and guitarists and everything, and they just pretty much just put themselves out there, you know. And I write a lot of music. I have a huge library of music that I write, just write,
Yeah.
just consistently write. It's a disease, I think. It's a good disease to have, but it's punishment too, I feel, because I constantly, like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I have a riff in my head and I have to get up out of bed physically and record the riff. Like, that's just how my mind operates. Um, but to go back a little bit, I apologize. I'm kind of getting off track.
No, it's good. It's good.
Sevvven was started doing during COVID, a few years ago, actually a couple, 2.5 years ago. And our first song that we ever recorded, Josh and I, was All I Need Is You. We have two versions out now, but the original OG version. And then we recorded with Parasite. And that's when we were signed to Curtain Call Records. Then after that, we had a couple more successful releases. A brand new version of All I Need Is You, like a whole another remix, remaster. And then we wound up with Wake Up Music Rocks. We've been with them for now about a year now. And now we're also with, we also got us a nice little booking and management deal too.
I love that. I love it, man. I know that when you and Josh met, which is cool, his vocal style, man, it's so eclectic, man. If you think about Home, and just the broad range of what he does, you guys, the way you guys collaborate together. When I first listened to it when it first came out, I'm like, man, because I remember the early days of you demoing that, and then you put it out. I'm like, it's beautiful to see the evolution of what you're doing now, touching people's lives, man. What you're doing with the guitar, writing all of that, and now you're taking something from something as horrible as COVID that was out there that was just devastating to so many people. And look what good came out of that, man. Some great music, great musicians, and now you guys are being blessed and getting some gigs and getting some momentum, all from this terrible time. What a blessing in disguise for all this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and to go back to your question too, you asked our most, I guess my most favorite point in time was not only just starting the band with Josh and Joey, but our very first show as a whole unit was in Louisville, Kentucky at Louder Than Life last year.
yeah,
You know, playing that huge freaking festival, man. That was amazing.
yeah.
It's absolutely surreal. That was just pretty fun.
I love it. Then I think I commented on every one of those photos, and I was like, yeah, man, I was so happy to see it. It was cool. So Dane, it was definitely a great experience, man. When I look at your style, and I say this, man, because when I try to explain to people, because I'm always out recruiting, hey, check out my boys, I'm always doing that. They're like, well, it's got this like. They give me like 10 different things. I hear like this Deftones, I hear this Slash, I hear this freaking Linkin Park, and then I hear like this, and they just go all this list, right, of all these things of like influences. I'm curious, man, because you really can't put a finger on all the styles you have. I'm curious to know who is maybe top 2 or 3 of your favorite guitarists because of your style.
Gosh, man. Number one would always be West Borland.
Okay.
I grew up listening to Limp Bizkit, System of a Down, Killswitch Engage, all Chevelle, all those old bands. I still this Trust Company. I listen to all those guys. I'd say, obviously West Borland's being one of my main influences, and you can hear a lot of his stuff, especially the different sound effects I use. Tom Morello too, as well. A lot of different sound effects that I use in the music that I write. And speaking of that, I'm looking at my DAW now, mixing down some stems. But all the different sound effects, because I like synth, but I like to have my guitar to make that sound. And I'll blend different reverbs. I'll blend some shimmer in there, and to give it a synth feel when I'm not actually using synth. I'm just using guitar.
I see. Oh, wow. Okay. I can see the West Borland, and I can see that now that you're saying it. Like I couldn't really picture it till you said it, but you're crunched down the way you do it. It makes sense, man. So I hear you. Then go ahead, man.
Yep. Now that, we're obviously past the halfway point in the year of 2023, what's on the horizon for you guys moving forward to kind of wrap up the year from August here all the way to the end of 2023? What's on the horizon for you guys?
Right now, we teamed up with Full Circle Entertainment. We're going to finish up this year. We're going to have a few more shows left for the rest of this year. We're actually in the process of finishing our album. The music is done. We're just waiting on the vocals to finish being recorded. Hopefully, our intentions to have that done by November, December, to have a full release, and then next year we start touring with that album.
Okay,
Oh
man, you
wow.
getting on it, man. Let's go. So, dude, that's gonna be great. So quickly to have that transition, man. Wow. Again, I can't go back enough, man, to getting the album out. So many great singles, and I like the way you do it. And people say some of the artists we talked to is the way you're doing it, where you're putting hints out every couple of months, dropping a single, putting something out there, keeping everybody's taste buds alive, right, for the full length. I can't
Yeah.
wait. So, I'm excited, man, to see you tour. Let me know when you're even within 1,000 miles, and we'll be there. Okay. So.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great, man. So I'm gonna transition for a minute. There's a segment that we do, man. Hopefully, and press stuff and releases and things that you've done. I can almost bet money you've never had a segment like this. Okay, so Dane and I bet on these, and the whole point of this is our fans give us some great questions, and they're typically they're PG, but we do get weird. We're gonna get weird for a second. Imagine that time is not a relevant thing. You can go back in time. You can time travel. Anything is possible for a minute. Okay, Ant. So, you with me?
I'm with you.
So rapid fire, you got to pick one of the two. You can't not answer. You got to pick one of these two. Okay, you have to pick one based off your personality. So the first one, again, past or present, being an amazing guitarist that you are, you show up at a festival. They say, "Hey, we want you to play a song." Cool. Before you do that, they don't tell you what the gig is. They just say, "Show up." Manager tells you, "Go where you're told." You get there, you show up at Red Rocks. You're at Red Rocks Amphitheater, and on stage, there's two musicians. You have to arm wrestle one of these two guitarists in front of everybody. This is your thing. You got to arm wrestle Vinnie Paul, R.I.P. You got to arm wrestle Vinnie Paul or Eric Clapton. You got to do it. Who you arm wrestling?
Eric Clapton.
Let's go, man. I had you on that one, Dave. Did you have that? So.
Yeah, I'd Clapton.
Okay.
Yeah. Icon.
I did.
Well,
I mean,
icon.
both in their respective rights, right? But I'm just saying I had that one. So, next question, man. So, Ant's a thing. I don't know if I've ever even called you by your actual name. I've just always called you Ant. So you get called up by the Discovery Channel. They're like, "Hey, we want you to do a documentary for us. I want you, Ant Jones, celebrity guitarist, to do a documentary." Okay. The thing is, the way that the way it's going to go down is you have to do a documentary on one of these two subjects and teach them to play the guitar. I mean, again, time doesn't exist. You got to do a documentary where you're showcasing it and you're teaching one of these two animals to play the guitar. Your two choices are a panda or a spotted gecko, and you got to teach one of these two animals to play the guitar. Panda, spotted gecko, Ant Jones. Which one are you going with?
Panda.
Yes. Okay, I got that one. I'm killing it, Dane. Let's go, man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I could just if we can make that in one of your upcoming videos, a panda just getting down. You know what I'm saying? Just like shredding it. That'd be legit, dude.
I don't know if I can find one of those around here. So yeah.
That'd be legit. Okay. So next question. You guys show up at a gig. You're on tour. No, hope this doesn't really happen, but this is a what if. It's your first gig and you're like, for some reason, all picks in the entire world are gone. So you have no picks. They're gone. So you have to play with one of these two items in place of a pick. Option A is a bread tie, or option B is toenail clippers. Bread tie, toenail clippers. Which one are you going with?
Toenail clippers.
Oh, I had the bread tie, man, because I've actually done that before. So,
I was waiting for you to ask me about a credit card.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Okay. So I didn't have that one, man. Okay, so next two. You're called back in time. Ant has been known for doing many great guitar pieces, writing for people, things like that. You're called back into the late 80s, early 90s, and you get to actually be responsible for the guitar parts for one of these two classic songs. You get to say that you wrote it and performed it. First option is Must Have Been Love by Roxette. Okay. Or I Want to Know What Love Is.
I want to know what love is.
You already know. Go with that one. I got you. Dave, did you have that one?
I had the Roxette.
Oh man. Okay, I'm
I
getting ahead of
shot
you.
in the dark.
Yeah, you did. I love it. So last one, Ant. So we're gonna fast forward in the next year. The band continues to grow and in popularity and all that. So you guys are called to play. We're just gonna put it out there. You're called to play at the Troubadour in California, legendary venue. You're called to play. So what the thing is, though, when you get there to the stage, you have to ride in on one of these two animals, like up to the stage. They always say rock stars should leave their mark, like it be something different, right? So you have to either ride up to the stage on the back of a giraffe or a silverback gorilla to get on stage. Which one you going with?
I'm gonna go with that giraffe.
Ah, Dude, I didn't have that one. I really didn't, man. I thought you'd take the silverback, man. Okay.
I'd say a gorilla.
Okay.
That'd be the piss.
Well,
That'd be tough.
I ain't trying to get people hurt with a silverback gorilla. So,
I just gotta run around.
yeah, I ain't trying to get nobody hurt at the show. The giraffe is a little more interesting.
Okay, I got you. Well,
Yeah.
Ant, I appreciate you being a good sport. That's a little segment we do, man. Every episode called Rapid. I appreciate you being a good sport. I'll give it back to Dane for the last segment.
Yeah, on this last one, we call it a open mic. We open up the floor to our guests to maybe talk to some of our younger listeners and viewers, maybe send a message to them, maybe a mantra or something you've carried with you through the years to kind of help you through the tough times or to get you to that next level. Is there something, maybe a philosophy that you've carried with you through these years that you could maybe pass on to some of those younger artists that aspire to be where you are?
Yeah, it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to make mistakes in writing music and performing, but always, always, always go after your dream. If your dream is to do this as a career, go after it, do it, because there's no better time than now. Like I said, there will be times where you'll get venues slam the doors in your face. There'll be times you get frustrated. You just want to wash your hands, just be done. Like, why am I doing this? Trust me, that deep down burning sensation you have inside, listen to it. Trust me, listen to
The
it.
time is now. I like what you said about the time is now. And Dane, I can personally attest to this. And it is amazing to see you were one of the. And I'm not just trying to be all pandering because I mean it when I say this. You're one of the first people I've watched from the beginning to where it is now make me believe that this is possible to chase your dreams. I've seen you do it. I've watched you again. All the hard work you put into it that people didn't know about the years before, before you started being discovered, like all of a sudden, it's like, it's not all of a sudden you've been pushing and pushing and pushing. You've been building your craft for this time. And now you're reaping the benefits of that hard work, So, watching you, man, over the past couple of years, even the short 4 years that I've known you, it's like, dude, you are an example of it is literally possible to chase your dreams, man. So thank you for being that beacon,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I think, like I told you kind of in closing, you're part of the reason why Dane and I, one of the influences on me while we do this is I saw someone like you take a chance and now just amazing success, radio hits, rock, all that stuff. So just a blessing. So thank you again for that. Dane, do you have anything to add to that? It's awesome, man. So Dane, do you have anything to add to that? Because that's awesome.
I mean, not really. I mean, what you said, it's really succinct, but it's the most powerful message you could send to anybody that's aspiring to do whatever they want in their life. Just keep going, keep pushing. You're going to stumble, you're going to fall, like we've heard from coaches and artists alike saying, there is no losses, there are just lessons. So that's a great message to hear over and over again, and you can never hear it enough.
It really is.
Well, man, I am, like I said, dude, I am so happy to finally get the timings right. We wanted to wait till we had a chance to showcase you better. So thank you, man, for just blessing us for all the time that you have and continued success. I can't wait to make sure that it's a recurring thing. Maybe next time around, tell Josh and the boys, bring the whole band on. We'd love to. As you guys get closer to finishing the album, man, bring them back. We'll do a episode 2 and showcase the whole band for you. Okay. So,
dude, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, brother. We'll be in touch, Ant. We got plenty of stuff to chat about, so we'll be in touch. You guys, I'll drop the video and I'll drop some of Ant's side stuff. Go check him out. Ant Jones, you will not be disappointed. Everyone that I knows him knows you won't be disappointed. But for those of you that on our platform that are discovering him, you're going to love him. So Ant, we love you. Take care. And we'll be in touch. Okay. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Best of luck.
Yeah, dude. So Dane, I'm telling you, man, one of the reasons of others that I started doing this is because of Ant. I have a special place in my heart for that man. He genuine is all get out in the middle of just a storm of success, takes a moment. Hey, let me come on and talk to one of my original. He didn't forget where he came from, right? And like, hey, I got time for you. He's never lost that genuine love. You know what I'm saying? So
and you can feel when people are genuine with their time. It's a better conversation, and their music speaks for itself. It comes from a heart, it comes from a good place, and they take their time with it and perfect their craft, and with the success they're having, it's no wonder why, because as you've seen with his personality and how engaging he is, it comes out in their art. So
Mm.
great.
Dude, that was great. And thank you, man. Again, you guys check out their stuff. Awaken is a great single. It's very reminiscent to, again, I don't want to put a comparison and all that stuff, but it's very Breaking Benjamin type. Great melodics, great vocalist. Josh is a powerhouse singer. You're not going to find a better active guitarist in the game right now than Ant Jones, dude. And I'll put that
Yeah.
up against anybody that plays. His style, his technique. Like when he said about getting up in the middle of the night, because we were friends on Facebook long before we began talking and texting and calling back and forth. That'll be wake up sometimes. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. What you doing? Writing a song in his catalog, 30,
Yeah.
40, 50. Think about artists like Prince, and some of these guys that have done those things over the years. He's like, check it out. I
Yeah.
got 400 songs in my catalog. What do you need? You need a song? Let me just pull one out of my catalog, and it's just ready to
Yeah.
go of all the ideas that he has. So
Yeah.
just love that guy, man. So Dane, that was a fun nightcap. Appreciate you being a part of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. What
So
a night.
Joey
Loved it.
Chicago, Peyton from Oklahoma, and our
Yeah.
buddy Ant Jones. Just three amazing people with very different stories, but still similar messages about chasing your dreams. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, Dan?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh,
And all of their messages transcend the field that they're in. So that's makes it even better.
that was great. Well, that was a great nightcap. We have, as we told you guys before, as Dane and I close this one out, we'll begin transitioning into a newer format to where episodes will go a little longer,
Yep.
and we'll start spreading out the episodes. We got a few more this week. We should be having Coach Denny on from Chaos local. As we said, we like to stay
Yep.
local. We've got Coach Charlie Conroy from local pitching coach stopping
Yep.
by. We have Stacy Hogan from a band called Sin Shake Sin. We've got Rob stopping by from Pillar, great rock band. Then we also have we have Scotland stopping by from Oklahoma State. That's going to be a great one. So we'll have her,
Yeah.
and then Aslan from Laney Wilson, and then we'll transition starting into next week, guys. You'll see a format shift where episodes will be a little longer. There'll be
Yep.
less episodes per week, but the content will go longer as we push into now episodes going into October and November and so on. Plenty content. We're not slowing down. We're just going to change the format and make the
Yep.
episodes longer. So we love you guys, and we couldn't do it without you. I'm excited to get into many more. We won't even start there yet with the amount of content we have coming up. So thank you,
Yep.
Joey. Thank you, Peyton. Thank you, Ant. As Dane and I always say, thank you for. Don't forget that we love you. And Dane.
Thank you for listening.